The first Assassin's Creed game came out in 2007. That is 19 years ago. And everybody keeps saying, well, it kinda sucks and it hasn't aged very well. But I had to do my own investigation. So I played it, I completed it 100%. So I wanted to share my thoughts about the game, tell you what is good, what is bad, and what you play and you absolutely want to explode and never exist again. Also, in the end, I'm gonna rate the game out of 10, since I do plan to play every single Assassin's Creed game, and I do plan to do it on all of them. So let's start with parkour, arguably one of the most important aspects of an Assassin's Creed game, something that the developers are doing an absolutely fantastic job, at least most of the times. I feel like the best way to describe parkour in this game is just responsiveness, actually, because Altair, he does exactly what you want him to do and what you press. Also, the game doesn't hold your hand, it's not afraid to let you fall to your death, literally. It is very smooth and fluent. Altair doesn't get stuck between jumps, which is something that is pretty common in the modern games. There is none of that here. So overall, the parkour is amazing. I really like it a lot. The only bad thing is that the animations are pretty rough. Yes, it's an old game, but that doesn't change the fact that they're pretty bad. And they can also get very repetitive once you play a little bit. But other than that, the parkour is very, very solid here. City building as well is pretty good. Pretty much all of the cities in the game, they have pretty good city building. They allow you to parkour your way through the city very easily and fluently without any real obstacles in your way. The cities are also full of ladders, which allow you to get to the high ground pretty fast, certainly faster than just climbing up, which is relatively slow actually. But ladders, they do a great job at that. And after that, you just parkour normally with no obstacles or anything. So that is also very nice and it combines very well with the parkour system of the game. Moving up to combat, that is unfortunately another extremely repetitive thing in the game. The animations here are also very rough and very repetitive. Also, 90% at least of my gameplay was just me counter-attacking the enemy. It's just by far the most effective thing to do, which is fine, but it's also like combat is just one thing. There is no variety into the game about combat. And yeah, it can get slightly boring when you just press the two same keys for the whole time just so you can counterattack your enemies. And most of them die first hit. Some of them need two counterattacks, or you can just attack them normally after you counterattack because they get stunned, they fall down. So yeah, combat is not good. The game is not unplayable. I'm not saying that. You can still fight people and have fun. I'm just saying that combat is not where this game shines, and you shouldn't go into it with the expectation that you're gonna have an amazing combat and it's going to be the best thing ever. Moving up, I want to talk about the game structure, not the story. I want to leave that for the end since I think that's the most interesting and where the game shines. I will warn you guys about spoilers, so don't worry about that. About the game structure though, it is extremely simple and extremely repetitive at the same time, even though I do enjoy it, and I'm gonna tell you why. So, what you do, you go to a city, you investigate your target that you have to assassinate, and once you do and have enough information about him, you can go and assassinate him. Pretty simple, right? Uh, Now, where the repetitiveness, words are hard, my bad, when that comes in is in the investigation part. Basically, there is a specific amount of missions available that you can do to investigate your characters, and they are the same, and they get repeated in every single assassination that you have to do. I think there's a total of 10, 11, I'm not sure, but I think it's somewhere there. So you basically do the same missions over and over again, which obviously it is repetitive, especially if you want to do every single investigation that you can. It's not necessary to do all of them. In some missions you need to do two, and in others you need to do three, but there's like a total of 6 or something. But I find it extremely interesting because even though every mission is the same and you do the same thing, there's like, as I said, maybe like 6 of them, maybe slightly more. And even though they are the same and you might do the same mission like 3 times throughout the game, you get different information about it, and it still feels, it's not like you play the same thing, because your target is different and his motives are different. The way he acts and the things that he do, they are all different. So the whole thing just feels different, and every storyline about each Templar that you have to assassinate feels different. So that's why I really enjoy the game structure and like the cutscenes and everything about the characters that you assassinate. They are very nice, well executed, very dark as well, which is something I was not actually expecting. How dark and brutal this game actually is. It is insane. So in terms of the game structure, the mission structure, I absolutely love that. I think it's one of the best things that the game has to offer. And from the other Assassin's Creed games that I've played most of them, not all of them. This game's structure is the one that I enjoy the most. Now let's talk about the story. There's going to be spoilers here, so make sure you skip to the time that I have on the screen if you don't want any of those. But if you played the game or you don't care about spoilers, I think that we should all agree that the plot twist in this game is insane. Like, I don't know, I was not expecting that at all. The fact that Al Mualim is actually wants to use the piece of Eden for himself, and he uses Altair in order to just basically kill all the Templars and all the competition, is absolutely insane. Modern day as well is very good. Now, it doesn't really give you a lot of explanation about what the Templars want. It's basically just Desmond asking questions about the Templars and what they want from him specifically, and then you have some vague answers here and there, but nothing very concrete. So like that's the thing about the modern day. But about the game with Al Mualim and Altair, the plot twist is absolutely insane. And throughout the game, Altair, from like speaking with his targets when he assassinates them, he questions a lot about their true like motives, and basically Al Mualim tells him that the assassin's goal and the Templar's goal are the same, which is true. Like they both want to like stop war and stuff. The means are like the difference, and the way that Al Mualim talks persuades Altair and myself when I played it that this is actually what he wants and why he commands basically Altair to do the things that he does. So the fact that in the end, when Altair does kill all the Templars, the fact that Al Mualim uses the piece of Eden for himself to basically, take control of his people is absolutely masterclass. I really liked the story in this game, and the story of every single Templar that you have to kill, like their little background, and it really gives you a sense of the true motives, as I said earlier, for every single Templar, about his character, what he does, etc. So the story, I think, is by far the best thing of this game. Now, if you're watching this video and you listen to the story here, the story part, unfortunately, you've played the game before, so you can't experience the story, the plot twist for the first time, or you don't plan to play the game. But whatever it is, I think that we should all agree that the story in here is 10 out of 10, absolute masterclass. So, to recap and to give the game its final rating, for everybody who's been saying that the game is unplayable, personally, I'm against that. I feel like the game is playable. It's not for everybody. There's going to be people who will just not be able to play it because there are limitations in the game and you can really feel them. I'm not denying that. But I feel like there's other aspects of the game that kind of like cover the bad things a little bit. For example, how fluent the parkour is and how responsive it feels, like I talked about in detail earlier. And there's also stuff like story, for example, which I feel like the game is absolutely insane. So, is it unplayable? I don't think so, personally. About the rating now. If it came out today, I would give it an extremely high score, but it didn't. And as I said, it has its limitations. It has the repetitiveness, and you can really feel those things when you play. So, uh, if you think about all of those things and you have them in mind, I think I will give the game a solid 7.8. It's close to 8, but I don't think so, just because the game is old and it has the bad things that it does. So I think that 7.8 is a fair score to give for this game. Now, I'm gonna be playing every single Assassin's Creed 1 game, I'm gonna be making videos about them, and I will score them all. And in the end, I wanna make the ultimate ranking about Assassin's Creed, every single one of them. So, if you don't wanna miss that, which I guess you don't, make sure to subscribe. It really helps a lot the channel, and it is absolutely free, no cost. Also, make sure to leave a like and comment your thoughts about the game. Tell me what score you would give the game. If you think that my score is realistic or not, if it's too high, it's too low. Just give me your thoughts about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.